All right, we have for you the market dynamics through the end of February 2024. And here's the top 3 things you need to know in case you can't watch the whole video. Number 1, inventory year over year is actually down 18%. Pendings are up month over month about 8%. And lastly, we have 1.2 months worth of supply. So if you want to find out what's happening with the market and what direction I think it's heading, watch the rest of this video. All right, we talked about inventory year over year being down. I'm just going to zoom in on this chart for you guys real fast as we get in here. Let's see, make sure we can see it just fine. Basically what this is showing, this red line shows active listings. Then we've got the gray and the black, represent pending and closed. So year over year, we have 512 active listings in all of Ada County. Now this is resale only. Does not include any new construction. I can get you that data if you guys are interested in it. You guys can go ahead and reach out to me or someone on our team. We'd love to get it over to you. But we had 512 homes on the market by the end of February. Same time last year, we had 604. So that's the 18% reduction in inventory that we're discussing. Now, looking at the month over month, year over year, you can look at the sales themselves. They're actually lower, right? So you can see we closed 359 transactions in February of 23. We closed 320 in February 24. So we're down roughly 10%, just off the top of my head there, a little over 10%. In terms of pendings, though, we're not down quite 10%. We're probably down closer to 5%. We had 422 in February of 23, and we have 405 now in February of 24. Now, month over month, let's look at that trajectory on pending specifically. That's right here. We have 380 pendings in January, and now we have 405 pendings in February. So we're trending in the right direction. This is pretty typical. If you look at the last year, same time, the trajectory goes up in spring. I mean, that's what it does. And February, in terms of real estate, is spring. So that pretty much gives you guys a little bit of an idea there. I guess last one we'll look at is the closed units. When we're taking a peek at closed, we've got 320 closed transactions February of 24. Last month we had 303. So everything's kind of doing what we would expect it to do. At the end of the day, that's what I would want you to take away from this. There's no real surprise here. We've got a market behaving pretty much the way that we would expect it to, given where rates are at and given the low inventory environment that we have. So speaking of low inventory, I really like to zoom in on this chart right here, and we can, like I said, we can send these to you and you can nerd out on them on your own. I know I like to, so maybe some of you out there might like to do that as well. But essentially what we're looking at here is the entire Ada County market for resale. If you want to look at the specific data, we exclude properties that are more than 2 acres, because you could have a mobile home on 500 acres or something, and that can really swing the market. We also remove condos, townhouses, and properties that are larger than 10,000 square feet, because again, these are kind of outliers and they don't really give you a good picture of the market. Lastly, we make sure that we're actually looking at houses, so they have to have 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and then we make the asking price at least $2,000, and you might think that's kind of silly. But the reason for that is sometimes we see auction properties come in the MLS and they come in at $0, and obviously that would throw off the numbers. So as we're kind of diving in here, you can see what's happening at the top. You got the price on the left, current date, how many are active, how many are pending, and how many have sold in the last 12 months. Then we do a little calculation to figure out the months of inventory we have remaining. And I've kind of walked through that on previous videos many times, so I won't do that today. If you guys have questions, feel free to comment or message me. But essentially, this is saying how many months of inventory you have left, and that's based on active and pending, and obviously the sold in the last 12 months. So, long story short, we have 1.2 months of supply in all of Ada County for resale. What that means is that if you're considering selling a home in today's market, or if you have clients considering selling a home in today's market, like this is a great time to get in the market. It is absolutely a great time to get in the market for a seller. There's not enough homes to take a peek at. We have plenty of buyers on our team right now. I mean, we have probably 40 plus active buyers that just aren't finding what they're looking for. So if you have clients that are on the sidelines and thinking about selling, or if you yourself are thinking about selling, like now is a great time to consider hitting the market. I'm going to do two more things. I just wanted to highlight the distressed properties. Not really much to speak about, but people ask about it all the time. So if you look in Ada County under $300,000, we've actually had some properties sell. And you can see that 3.3% of those properties that sold were distressed, which essentially is like, I don't know, of these 91 that sold, what is that? 3.3% is like 9 of them. I'm shocked more of them weren't distressed at that low price point. So this is nothing to write home about yet. I am hearing nationally that there is, a lot more rumblings of distressed property, but that hasn't hit Boise yet. And really it hasn't hit the national market that hard either, to be honest with you. So what do I think is going to happen? Well, right now, I'll switch screens here. Right now, the Fed is pretty well content not lowering rates. They stopped raising rates. They're going to have a meeting. I'm filming this. It's March 7th, so date sensitive here. They're going to have a meeting on the 19th and 20th. I think they will make a determination on the 20th if they're going to keep rates the same or lower them. There is no talk of raising them. And to be frank, they're not going to lower them either in March. I mean, at this point in time right now, unless something crazy happens, they're eyeing May or June. And I'm hearing even, some reports that it could be July. But we're not going to get any relief from rates anytime in the very near future. So I suspect more of the same. Why is inventory low? There's so many sellers that have a good rate and they want to move, but they don't want to take on a new loan at a higher rate. So they're just wanting to stay put. So that's a fact in our market, and pretty much a fact in the markets all over the country. So you, as a real estate professional, you need to understand all of the tools that you have available to help your clients still make the move. There's all sorts of ways to do this, from rate buy downs to, builder incentives that are out there. There's assumable loans. If you're considering selling your home and you have an assumable loan, you might be able to actually get more money for the sale of your home because it makes sense for someone to come in and assume your loan. There's so many things you need to know, and this is why working with a professional who knows what they're doing and knows how they can best assist you to reach your goals is critical. So if you've been on the sidelines, you're thinking, damn, my rate's low, and I want whatever. I don't want to go get a 6.75% rate or whatever it might be at the time you're watching this video. Like, give a real estate professional a call. Or if you are the real estate professional, give your client a call and make sure they know what those solutions to their problems are. I mean, at the end of the day, that is our value, is being able to help buyers and sellers navigate any market, which is why you're educating yourself and watching videos like this. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you need anything at all, you know where to find us.